What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're going to be drawing Vilgax from bed 10. Now the first thing we're going to do is move to the top of our page and draw on the eyelid. So over on the left side, we start from the outside of the eye, we're going to curve in and then down. Now let's leave a gap in the center and draw the same thing in the opposite direction on the right. So we'll line this up, we're going to curve up and then out. Let's curl in the inside of the brow. Starting from the left, we curve in and then up, go to the right, and do the same thing. Now we're going to connect the outside of the eyelid to the inside with a half circle. So we'll start on the outside, we're going to curve down, and pull that up on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right, coming down, and then all the way up towards the top. Now let's draw the inside of the eye. From the outside, we're going to step in, we're going to draw another half circle, but we're going to come all the way up towards the inside of the eye. And we'll go in and fill the outside of the eye in black. Let's go in between the eyes and draw on the top edge of the mouth. Starting from the left, curve down, and then up. Now we curve out and down towards the corners of the mouth. So we'll start on the top on the left, curve out, and then down. And we'll close off the bottom of the mouth. Starting on the left, we're going to go up, and then down. Let's add in the top lip. From this top point on the left, we're going to step down. Just going to follow that same curve, going across. We'll fill that upper area in black. Now let's go down to the bottom. We're going to connect the corners of the mouth with another curve. We're going to go a little bit higher in the middle. And pull that back down on the right. And we'll fill that in black. Now we're going to add a zigzag pattern for the teeth. Starting in the center, we'll start with a point. From this point we're going to angle down and out towards the left and then the right. And we'll go up and out, and down again, and we'll pull that up towards the outside of the mouth. Now we're going to draw that large wrap that goes around the head. Start from the top of the eyelid on the left, curve around, and then in. Do the same thing on the right, curving around, and then in. Now I just want to round this out and then taper back up towards the top. Start out here, I'm going to round this out. Now I'm going to pull this back up towards the top of the eyelid. Let's do the same thing on the right. Rounding this out, going up, and then in. Let's add a trim on the ends. Starting from the top, I'm going to curve out, and then down towards the bottom. Do the same thing on the right. And then we're going to step down, draw that same curve going across. Let's fill in the tips in black. Now we're going to thicken up the brow. Start from the top of the eyelid, we're going to go up, round this out, and then just pull that in. Now we're going to tuck the top of the head in behind the brow. Starting on the left side, we're going to draw a curve, going up, rounding up the top of the head. Now we're going to move down and draw those tentacles across the bottom of the chin. So underneath the mouth, in the center, we'll start with a point. From this point, we're going to work our way towards the left. Come down and out. We're going to round this out and then come back in. Do the same thing on the right. Curving down and out. Round this out and then pull that back in. Now I just want to taper this back up. Starting from the tip, curve out, and just pull that in. Let's add in another set. We're going to step up, curve down and in. And then again, we're going to taper this out and then in. And we're going to add one more set, but we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So up here, we're going to curve down and out. Now over here, we're just going to taper it in and go back out. We're going to round out the side and then pull that up underneath this curve. Now we're going to add a circle in the center for the logo. Starting from the top, draw a large circle. And then we're going to draw an X. Starting from the left, we're going to angle down and out towards the right. Go over towards the left side and go up in the opposite direction. And I'm going to fill the two sides in black. Now let's draw on the sides of the body. Starting out here, curve down and out towards the hips. And then from the hip, we're going to curve in and down, leaving a gap in the center. We'll pull this down to right about there. And we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now just up above the hips, from the left, we draw a curve, coming down and then up. Now we're going to step up and draw that same curve, but we're going to leave a large gap in the center. So come in, step over, draw that same curve. Now from the inside, we're going to draw two straight lines going all the way up in behind the logo, and we're going to continue up above. Let's continue working down with the legs. From the inside corners, we're going to curve out and then down towards the heels on both sides. And then from the heel, we're going to draw on the first toe, curving down and then up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's curl up the first toe. Starting at the end, we're going to go up, round this out, and then pull that down. Now from the tip of the toe, we go out and then bend this up towards the second toe. And then from the end, we're going to go up and then tuck that in behind the front toe. Now let's go back up to the hip and draw on the side of the leg. From here, we're going to curve out and pull that down on top of the second toe. Now from this line, I'm going to step down and just follow that same curve coming in toward the inside of the leg. Now in between the toes, I'm going to follow that same curve of the leg going all the way up towards that top seam. Now we're going to add in a knee pad. Starting up here, we're going to angle down and out towards the outside of the leg, line this up on the right, and do the same thing. Now going back up to the top, we're going to angle down and in. Now I'm going to follow the same curve of the leg and down to right about there. And then from the inside, we're just going to curve down and then up on the outside of the leg. Now I'm going to add a trim across the knee pad. From this line, we're going to step out, just follow that same curve, do the same thing on the right side. And now we'll go on the opposite side along the top and draw on that same curve. We'll do the same thing along the bottom. Let's add a spike on the outside of the knee pad. Starting up here, we go down and out with a straight line and pull that back in. Do one more, coming up and out. Let's do the same thing on the right side. We'll add two more spikes on the inside of the knee pad. So up here, we're going to draw a curve, leave a gap, and draw that twice. Now from the top and bottom, we're just going to go out towards a point. Let's take that and flip it over on the right. We start with a socket first, so one curve on the top, and then the bottom, and then go out towards a point. Now we're going to add a trim along the top of each toe. Starting at the top curve, we're going to just taper down towards the bottom of the foot. Now let's move back up and draw on the arms. We're going to start underneath the beard, we curve out and down towards the wrist, do the same thing on the right side. Now back on the left, we're going to start with the thumb. We draw a half circle, curving in and then back out. At the end of the thumb, we'll draw a bracket. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now back on the left, just underneath the thumb, we'll draw the first finger, coming down and then up. We're going to add two more fingers. step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now the third finger, we go out, round up the arm. Now I'm just going to pull this into right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Start with the first finger, second finger, and the third finger. We're just going to bring this up to the same height that we have on the left. Now we're going to overlap the shoulder armor on top of the arm. Starting from the end, we're going to come in and then bend that up in behind the tentacle. We're going to go back to the outside. We're going to curve out and then in. We're going to add 2 spikes on either shoulder. So we're going to go out with a straight line and then back in. Do one more just at the top. Let's add in the wristband. Starting from the wrist, curve up and then down. And we're going to step up, draw that twice in behind, we'll continue on the inside. And then the last thing we're going to do is add a crease across the forearm. Start from the base of the shoulder, curve down and in on top of the wristband. Do the same thing on the right. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Vilgax from Ben 10. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm posting new lessons every single week. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.